Hello everyone, welcome to all. Today we discuss the subject of electrical machine 2. This subject is a very much important in electrical engineering branch. In this subject we going for the synchronous machine. We know that the electrical power sector is the backbone of industries, agriculture, irrigation, urban development and almost all the segment of the society. In the view of this, the rotating electrical equipment play a virtual role for this society. This subject deal with the theory and performance analysis of the various electrical machine. In this subject, various equipment are conducted like induction machine, single phase induction motor, synchronous machine, synchronous motor, autosynchronous motor and special machine are counted. In this video, we going for the synchronous machine. Now we start with the introduction of synchronous machine. A synchronous machine is a rotating machine whose speed under the steady state condition is proportional to the frequency of current. It is a armature. The magnetic field created by the stator current rotor at the synchronous speed at that created by the field current on the rotor is rotating at the synchronous speed also, and the steady torque result. So this machine is called a synchronous machine because they operate at a constant speed and constant frequency under steady state condition. The synchronous machine are commonly used as a generator, especially for large power system such as a turbine generator and hydroelectric generator in the grid power supply, because the rotor speed is equal to the synchronous speed of the stator magnetic field. Synchronous motor can be used to situate where the constant speed drive is required. Since the reactive power is generated by synchronous machine can be adjusted by the controlling of the magnitude of the rotor field current. Unloaded the synchronous machine are also often installed in the power system for power factor correction or for the control of the reactive kVA flow. Such a machine is known as synchronous condenser and may be more economical for large size and static capacitor. The bulk of the electrical power for everyday use is produced by polyphase synchronous generator, which is known as alternator, which are the largest single unit electrical machine in a production. For instance, the synchronous generator with power rating of a several hundred megawatt ampere is known as MVA are fairly common, and it is expected that the machine of the several thousand megawatt ampere will be in use in a near future. Like a most rating machine, synchronous machines are capable of operating both as motor as a generator. They are used as a motor in a constant speed drive, and where the variable speed drive is required, the synchronous motor is used with an appropriate frequency changer such as an inverter. As a generator, the several synchronous machines often operate in a parallel in a power station. While operating in a parallel, the generator share the load with each other. At the given time of the generator may not carry any load. In a such case, instead of inserting down the generator, it is allowed to float on the line as the synchronous motor on no load. We know that the synchronous generator or alternator are used as a convert mechanical power derived from steam, gas or hydraulic turbine to AC electrical power. The synchronous generator are the primary sources of electrical energy we consume today. The large AC power network rely almost exclusively on synchronous generator. The synchronous motor are built in a large unit compared to induction motor. Induction motor are the cheaper for smaller ratings and used for the constant speed industrial drives. Now we going for the construction of synchronous machine. The synchronous machine has a three-phase winding on the stator and the DC field winding on the rotor. The stator, it is a stationary part of the machine and it's built of the sheet and steel lamination having the slot on its inner periphery. A three-phase winding is placed on this slot. The armature winding is always connected in star and the neutral is connected in ground. In the rotor carries a field winding which is supplied with direct current through two slip rings by separate DC sources. The rotor construction of the two types, namely salient pole or projecting pole type or non-salient pole or cylindrical pole type machine. Now the two motors are salient pole synchronous machine and cylindrical or rotor synchronous machine are shown in this slide. We going for the salient pole type machine. In this type, the salient or projecting pole are mounted on the large circular steel frame which is fixed to the shaft or the alternator are showing in figure. The individual field pole winding are connected in series in such a way that when the field winding is energized by the DC exciter, the adjoint pole have opposite polarities. Low speed alternators such as those driven by water turbines have the silent pole type rotor due to the following reason. There are two reasons. First reason is a silent field pole would causes the exclusive winding loss if the driven at high speed and would tend to produce the noise. The second reason is the silent pole construction can't be made strong enough to withstand the mechanical stress to which they may the subject of the higher speed. Since the frequency of 50 Hz is required, we must use the large number of pole on the rotor of the slow speed alternator. The low speed rotor always process the large diameter to provide the necessary space for the pole. Consequently, the silent pole type rotor have large diameter, short axle length. We know that the most hydraulic turbine have the turn at low speed between 50 to 3000 rpm per minute. A large number of poles are required in the rotor. This figure is a silent pole type synchronous generator are shown in this figure. Now we going for the stator and silent pole type figure. It is a basic construction for stator and silent pole type rotor. Now we going for the cylindrical rotor synchronous generator. In this type, the rotor is made of the smooth solid formed steel radial cylindrical having a number of slots along the outer periphery. The field windings are embedded in this slot and connected in series to the slip ring through which they are energized by the DC exciter. The region forming the pole are usually left unslotted are shown in this figure. It is clear that the pole formed are non-silent for they do not project out from the rotor surface. The high speed alternator are driven by the steam turbine and non-silent pole rotors due to the following two reasons. The reasons are this type of construction has a mechanical robustness and give the noiseless operation at a high speed. The second reason is the flux distribution around the periphery is nearby a sine wave and hence the better EMF waveform is obtained than the silent pole type. Since the steam turbine run at the high speed and frequency of the 50 Hz is required, we need a small number of pole on the rotor of the high speed alternator, is also called as turbo alternator. We can use not less than the 2 pole, this fixed and highest possible speed. For this frequency of 50 Hz, it is 3000 rpm. The next lower speed is 15,000 rpm for the 4 pole machine. Consequently, the turbo alternator process the 2 or 4 pole and have the small diameter and very long axle length. Here is the practical figure of stator and cylindrical rotor of the cylindrical rotor synchronous generator. In the classification of synchronous machine according to the form of excitation, we divide in the brushless excitation system. The field structure is usually the rotating member of the synchronous machine as is supplied with DC excited winding to produce the magnetic flux. This DC excitation may be provided by the self-excited DC generator mounted on the same shaft as the rotor of the synchronous machine. This DC generator is known as exciter. The direct current generated inside the exciter is fed to the synchronous machine field winding. In slow speed machine with large rating such as a hydroelectric generator, the exciter may not be self-excited. Instead, a pilot exciter which may be self-excited or may have the permanent magnet activities in a main exciter. And the second point is the brushless system. This type of excitation have the self-mounted bridge rectifier that rotate with the rotor and thus avoiding the need of brushes and slip rings. The third point is the static system. This type of excitation is widely used in a small size alternator, which is the portion of AC from each phase and synchronous generator is fed back to the field winding on a DC excitation through the system of the transformer, rectifier, reactor, etc. The external sources of the DC is necessary for initial excitation of the field winding. Now, we discuss the advantages of stationary winding. The field winding of the alternator is placed on the rotor and is connected to the DC supply through the 2 slip rings. The 3-phase armature winding is placed on the stator. The arrangement has the following advantages. It is easier to insulate the stationary winding for high voltage because they are not subjected to centrifugal force. The second number point is the stationary winding has a 3-phase armature can be directly connected to the load without going through the large unreliable slip rings and brushes. The third point is only 2 slip rings are required for DC supply through the field winding on the rotor. Since the exciting current is small, the slip ring of the brushes gear required for the light construction. The next point is due to the simple and robust construction of the rotor, the higher speed of the rotating DC field is possible. This increases the output obtainable from the machine to given dimension. In the cooling purpose, because of the synchronous machine are often built in extremely large size, they are designed to carry a very large current. A typical armature current density may be the order of 10 ampere प्रति millimeter square in well designed machine. Also, the magnetic loading of the core is such that it reaches the saturation in many regions. The several electric and magnetic loading in the synchronous machine are produced the heat they must be properly dissipated. Thus, the manner in which the active part of the machine are cooled to determine its overall physical structure. In addition to air, some of the coolant used in synchronous machine to include water, hydrogen and helium. For the damper bars, so far we have to maintain only two electrical windings of the synchronous machine. The three-phase armature winding are in the field winding. We also pointed out that under the steady state, the machine run at the constant speed, that is the synchronous speed. However, like the other electrical machine, the synchronous machine undergoes the transient during the starting and abnormal condition. During this transient condition, the rotor may be undergo the mechanical oscillations and its speed derives from the synchronous speed, which is undesirable phenomenon. To overcome this, the additional set of the winding and reassembling to cage of the induction motor is mounted on the rotor. When the rotor speed is different from the synchronous speed, the current are induced in the damper winding. The damper winding acts like the cage rotor of an induction motor, producing a torque to restore the synchronous speed. Also, the damper bar provide the main of the starting to the synchronous motor, which is otherwise not self-starting. Here the figure shows the next slide to damper bars and silent rotors, cylindrical rotors and stators. Here we also concluded the differences between the three-phase induction machine and synchronous induction machine. They both are different phase. The three-phase induction machine, the stator phase is either star or delta connected, while the synchronous machine, the stator phase are star connected only. In the three-phase induction machine, the rotor winding are not filled by electricity. Current flow to the rotor due to the induction process, while the synchronous machine, the rotor winding are fed by the DC sources. In the three-phase induction machine, run below the synchronous speed as a rotor. Run above the synchronous speed is known as generator, while the synchronous machine run at the synchronous speed for both motor and generator. In the three-phase induction machine is self-starting as a motor. In the synchronous machine need damper bars to start as a motor. In a three-phase induction machine operate with lagging power factor only, while the synchronous machine operate with lagging, leading and unity power factor. In the three-phase induction machine is a simple construction, rugged and low maintenance. It also cheap and specially is squirrel cage type, while the synchronous machine is complex construction and also is expensive. The three-phase induction machine is non-active in a low speed operation as a motor, while the synchronous machine active in a both low and high speed operation as a motor. Now, in the three-phase induction machine is not active in a generating mode, while the synchronous machine is used widely in generation of electricity. In the three-phase induction machine, is difficult to speed regulation as a motor. In the synchronous machine is precise to speed regulation as a motor. Now we going for the operating principle of synchronous machine. Its work on the principle of electromagnetic induction. When the magnetic flux is cut by the conductor, the EMF is induced in the conductor. EMF is dynamically induced EMF. The direction of this induced EMF is found by Fleming right hand rule. The magnitude of this induced EMF as per the Faraday's law is found by rate of cut of magnetic flux by the conductor. The working principle can be explained similar as the working principle of the DC generator. In the DC generator, magnetic field is produced by the field pole on the field is stationary and the armature conductor are rotated mechanically. The EMF is induced in the armature conductor. It is connected from the commutator and brushes. The function of the commutator is to convert AC into the DC is the external circuit. If the commutator is replaced by the slip ring, then the similar way of the EMF can be generated, collected by the brushes from the slip ring. The nature of this EMF is AC. So the AC generator is instead of commutator, the slip ring and brushes are used. This system of the stationary magnetic field and rotating conductors are dropped for very small capacity generator, and it is not so popular for the high voltage generator. The other most popular system of the AC generator is to armature conductor and stationary magnetic field is rotated mechanically. In the operation principle, we divide in the three steps. The first step is the rotor of the generator is driven by the prime mover. The second step is the DC current is flowing through the rotor winding which produce the rotating magnetic field within the machine. And the last step or third step is rotating magnetic field induced in the three-phase voltage in the star winding of the generator. We know that the rotating field system is almost universal, especially for large capacity alternator. This helps to have the winding regarding to insulated for the high voltage and stationary armature. The field system has a low voltage and low power winding which can be easily insulated and supplied by the two slip rings. This also helps to limit the size of the machine. The highest possible speed of this machine is 3000 rpm, suitable for the steam turbine. Such a machine have a smaller diameter rotor, longer size of the horizontal mounting to reduce the centrifugal force and wear to the bearing. In the rotating field type winding, in this type the field system is rotating member of the armature system is stationary member. The field winding is arranged to the rotor part. The field system is mounted on the shaft. The supply is needed for the field winding. This DC supply is fed through the slip ring brushes arrangement. The field winding connections are carried through the shaft. These connections are properly insulated from the shaft. The field winding connections are given to slip ring. The number of slip rings are required in the case is 2. The DC supply used the 110 volts, 200 volts, 230 volts, 400 volts, etc. When the DC is field winding is generated the magnetic field, and since the field system is rotating the member, the stationary armature winding cut this flux, thus the EMF is induced in the armature winding. The armature winding terminal RYB take out from the stator body, thus the three-phase AC voltage at the output can be obtained. There are two types of rotating construction in a rotating field winding, is smooth cylindrical rotor type and salient type. the rotating armature type. In this connection, the field system is stationary member and armature system is a rotating member. The armature system is supplied through the shaft. The DC supply can be directly connected through the field winding terminals. The armature is rotating member. The carries the armature winding in a slot. When the armature rotates, the armature winding cuts the stationary flux produced by the field winding. Thus, the EMF is induced in the armature winding. The EMF is collected by the slip ring brush arrangement. This armature winding RYB is carried out of the shaft. These winding connections are properly installed from the shaft. These are connected to the slip ring. The number of slip ring required in this case is 3. The 3-phase outer supply is connected to the load. In this content, we also counted the comparison between rotating field type machine and rotating armature type machine. In the point of the rotating rotor weight and inertia, the rotating field type machine is less and rotating armature type machine is more. In the rotating field type machine, the armature system is stationary. In the rotating armature type machine, the armature system is rotating. In the rotating field type machine, the insulation for armature can be provided for better way. In the rotating armature type machine, the insulation for armature is limitation for high capacity machine. The rotating field type machine, the field system is rotating, and while the rotating armature type machine, the field system is stationary. In the rotating field type machine, the centrifugal stress on rotor winding is very less, and while the rotating armature type machine, the centrifugal stress on the rotor is very more. In the rotating field type machine, the slip ring insulation problem for high capacity machine is no issue for the insulation, while the rotating armature type machine, the slip ring insulation problem for high capacity machine is very high. In the rotating field type machine, the number of the slip ring is required is 2, while the rotating armature type machine, the number of slip ring is required is 3. The rotating field type machine, the maintenance of the slip ring brushes assembly is very less, while the rotating armature type machine, the slip ring maintenance is very low and is number of 3. The rotating field type machine, the sparking of the spring and origin of the brushes is very less. The rotating armature type machine, the sparking on the slip origin brushes is more, while the rotating slip type machine, the rotating of machine is very high, and the rotating armature type machine, the rating of the machine is very less. The rotating field type machine, the effectiveness of the ventilation is more, while the rotating armature type machine, the effective of the ventilation is less. The rotating field type machine, the temperature rise is also very less, while the rotating armature type machine, the temperature rise is very high.